Hello, dear students of English 1. Welcome to your session 11 after your second partial exam. So you already have your second evaluation of the class, in this case for English 1. Okay, so for today we're going to be working on session 11, sorry. And as you know, as in every single session of the class, we have an introductory video that the main objective of introductory videos are to provide us general ideas about the different contents and activities that we are going to be up in this session. Okay, so we're going to take a very quick look at it, and then we are going to be working on the different content and activities of this session. Okay, so let's let's pay attention, please. So the internet is working a little bit slow, so we're gonna wait. Okay, there we have it. Okay, let's take a quick look at it. But in this case, this is session 11, okay? This is session 11 for you. And here we're gonna be talking about the differences between regular and irregular verbs in third person using the simple present tense, okay? So that is our main content for this session. Also, we're gonna be able to be working on, and here we have a chart about the rules for the third person singular. In this case, working with the third person singular pronouns, he, she, it. Okay, so in general, we're just gonna add an S to the verbs. For example, work, works. Also, we have verbs ending in consonant plus Y. We're going to remove the Y and add I, ES. Examples: study, studies, cry, cries. Also, we have our rule number 3, verbs ending in O, SH, T, CH, X, double S. We're just gonna add S. Go, goes, watch, watches. Also, we have irregular verbs with third person and simple present. And here they change, right? From their base form, verb, to the third person. In this case, we have to have, has, to do, does, to go, goes. That's the reason why they are irregular verbs, okay? Also, guys, we're gonna be working on yes, no questions in simple present using auxiliary do, does, then a subject, then a verb in its base form, and finally the complement. Okay, and also we're gonna have reading a restaurant menu. So we're gonna get started, right? And here we have our grammar explanation. Our grammar explanation, irregular verbs, third person, and simple present tense. Okay, we're gonna take a very quick look at it. Okay, in English, unlike most English verbs that consistently take an S or ES suffix in the third person singular present tense form, 4 other English verbs are irregular in the simple present tense. 3 of these irregular or anomalous verbs experience consonant changes, vowel changes, or spelling changes in the third person singular form. Anomalous verbs are verbs whose conjugation schemates differing significantly from both regular and irregular verbs. Examples: to have, has, to do, does, to go, goes. Also, guys, the copular verb be is irregular. Why is it irregular? Because it has is structure. Am, is, are. You know, I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are. And the verb be is irregular in all persons and numbers in the simple present tense. For example, infinitive to be, base be, first personal singular am, I am. The second personal person singular are, you are. Third person singular is. In this case, he is, she is, it is. First person plural are, we are. Second person plural, they are, oh, sorry, you are. And third person plural, you are, okay? Also in here, we have a video tutorial how to conjugate regular and irregular third person verbs. Okay, something is going on. Okay, there we have it. Okay, there we have it. Okay, the internet is working a little bit slow, so we're gonna wait a few minutes. Okay, so it seems that we're having some issues with the internet connection, but basically we're going to be able to form sentences using the third person singular, right? As you know, the third person singular in English is, uh, I mean, we use the personal pronouns he, she, it to express sentences using the simple present with the irregular and regular verbs. For example, if I have the verb work, in this case, we're going to add an S to the verb work. And then we can say, she works in an office. Just an example, ella labora en una oficina. Okay, we're going to get a little bit. Okay, mobs verb in English form the third person singular by adding S to the base form. That is the regular third person singular. The singular we have I, you, he, she, it. But in this case, the third person singular is he, she, it. Okay? He, it, she, it. Okay? Also, we have the okay, that is the rule that I was explaining to you. Verbs ending in ch, s, sh, X or Z from the third person singular by adding ES. Example, he brushes his teeth every morning, okay? That's a daily routine action, okay? But then you can have a complete look in that platform, okay? Also, guys, also we're gonna be working on the regular verbs, third person uses the simple present. We have our grammar explanation, and here is a little bit more easier than the regular verbs. And the simple present tense in English express habits and routines, as you know, right? Also, we use it to express general facts and truths and thoughts and feelings in all but the third person singular. The simple present form is identical to the base form of the verb, which is defined as the infinitive without the P word to. The following sections explain how to form the third person singular present tense form of the regular English verbs, as well as the forms of the four irregular English verbs using the simple present tense. And here we have the first rule. To form the third person singular present tense form of most regular English verb, simply affix the suffix s to the end of the verb. For the examples, the following lists include the infinitive-based form and third person singular present tense for some common English verb. To argue, argue, argues. To clean, clean, cleans. To fight, fight, fights. To pickle, pickle, pickles. To wonder, wonder, wonders. And rule number 2, for verbs that end in a S, C, X, C, H, or SH, affix the suffix ES to the end of the verb. Example, to box, boxes, to catch, catches, to kiss, kisses, to watch, watches, to wish, wishes. And rule number 3, for verbs spelled with the final Y preceded by a consonant, change the Y to NI and then affix the ES suffix. For example, to apply, applies. To copy, copies. To identify, identifies. To reply, replies. To try, tries, okay? And here we have a video class, third person singular using the simple present verbs, okay? And then we have the simple present, we have the affirmative form, negative form, and interrogative form. We have 3 ways to form statements in affirmative, negative, and interrogative, right? We have the personal pronouns in English, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. He, she, it are the third personal person singular pronouns, right? He, she, it. For example, we have the verb speak, and then adding the rule will be speaks. Also, we have the verb like, lies, she lies. If you notice, we have the as in here, right? Which it represents that the third person singular. Also, we have an example. She speaks Spanish. But we have some sections, and the first section is when the form of the simple press N in a Y after a consonant. In this case, we're only going to change the Y for the I and then add ES. Try, try, try. It's very simple, guys. If you pay very good attention at it, it's going to be easier for you, right? When it comes to four statements in affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay, but then you can have a complete look in the platform. Also, we're gonna have a listening part, pronouncing regular third person present tense verbs, okay? Although all regular English verbs take either an S or ES suffix in the plural, the suffix is pronounced differently depending on the last sound of the verb. For verbs that end in A, S, Z, S sound, the third person singular suffix is pronounced as S. For example, crows, crosses, dose, doses, for, forces, notch, notches, rye, rises. Okay, that is a rule when it comes to pronunciation, taking into account the regular third person singular, right? And here we're gonna have a practice exercise. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate forms of the given verbs, okay? We're gonna get started. My brother Do not use capital letter. My brother speaks 3 languages fluently. Danielle watches his favorite program every Saturday. Jennifer washes her hair every day. Ryan goes to church every Sunday. My sister does her homework after school. Now we're going to submit our answers and we are going to make sure if they are correct or incorrect. If not, all of them are correct. Also, guys, you're going to have a exercise that is going to be evaluated. Fill the gaps with the correct form on the corresponding verb and the third person singular and the simple present, okay? Also, we're gonna have a listening part, taking into account the third person singular S endings, okay? Listen and practice. Notice the pronunciation of the S ending. S equal taste, sleep, sleeps. S equal drive, drives, study, studies. E, S, sorry, equal is. Dance, dances, watch, watches, irregular. And then also we have for irregular, do, does, have, hats, okay? Also guys, we're gonna be able to form yes, no questions using the simple present tense. And this case is very easy. Very easy. Why? Because we have our grammatical structure to form interrogative statements. And the first step is do, does, auxiliary do, does. Then we have a subject, then a verb with its base form, and at the end, the complement. Examples, does he study every morning? ¿Estudia él todas las mañanas? Do you drive every morning? ¿Conduces tú cada mañana? Do they cook every morning? ¿Cocinan ellos cada mañana? So it's very simple. With this grammatical structure, it will be so much easier for you to form statements in interrogative. Also in here, I have a video tutorial for you forming questions and short answers, okay? But I don't know what's going on with this video. And then also you're gonna have an making WH questions using the simple present tense, okay? And here we have, solo debemos usar primero la palabra WH si quieres o puedes practicar con un ejercicio sobre WH questions words y luego la estructura descrita en la sesión anterior sobre do y does. When do I have to return this movie? What do you do when you are at a boring party? Why does he drive his car so fast at night? How does she manage to have 3 jobs? When does it snow in Manchester? How often do we need to take them to the park? Where do they usually go swimming? As you know, in English, we have the WH questions word, and then we have when, what, why, how, when, which, where, who. We have some other examples, right? To form also questions or interrogative statements using the WH questions word. And here you're going to have an exercise that is going to be evaluated. Choose the right answers to form questions. And at the end, you're going to have a reading. Select true or false, okay? And this exercise, you're going to have 2 attempts. and it goes for 3 points. Okay, if you don't have a question, guys, let's always remember that for each single Zoom meeting of the class, we have it in the linking part for those students who were not able to get joined to the Zoom meeting. You're gonna click on it and it will take you to the class that was recorded and uploaded to YouTube platform. Okay, and if you don't have more questions to ask, thank you so much for your attention. Okay. It was a pleasure for me to have you in this very particular Zoom meeting of the class. And always remember, the more you practice, the better you get. Bye bye.